So far, Anama hasn't really thrown anything.
Nope, he has not thrown much.
And he hasn't thrown with real intention.
There's a jab.
That's a little better. There's a
But he's
good combo,
answered by 4 punches from Garcia.
Yeah, most of them found the mark as well. And if you look at the head, constantly moving on Steve Garcia. Goes to the body.
Mike, he mixes the target very well. He doesn't just headhunt. Nice little counter right hand there by Onama.
Cuts the cage off. This so far is a pretty much perfect performance. We're only 2 minutes in, of course. So far, Garcia's looking really good.
It's classic, right? It's a classic Steve Garcia type performance.
Yeah, but he's a little more patient, setting things up, moving the head, cutting the cage off, taking his time.
You see that eye, right? Yeah, you see it. You can pop in with the jab.
Because he knows Onama's a tough guy, so you can't just blitz in like a crazy.
The energy is just not there.
There's contact confirmed, but you died to just the pistol. Careful now, as this flurry of vitality is about to be unleashed. Oh, Flawless steps in the Apex Molotov while blind. Triple mow down out of Boomich.
That's 3 booms for Boomich.
Just as Vitality thought they had a little footing on the bomb site, ripped out of their hands. That's even with Flawless just throwing himself into the flames. Bet Boom go up now, a 6-round streak of CT round wins.
Luckily for Vitality, they've got 4 T rounds on Overpass for whatever that's worth. Obviously, not ending on a great note here. But with still 2 rounds to play, full buy coming up, they can make amends. Not even really concerned with if they win these rounds or not, just if they, have better attempts.
Skrrt, tough shot. Not the kind of spot you get out of, but with very little fountain control out of ZywOo, Flamesy understandably worried about going over top of Connector. So for now, he'll just hit that pause button, and we start to see Bet Boom peel back on one side and get aggressive on the other.
ZywOo's a bit tethered to this bomb right now, so he can sit back and watch, and Flamesy can hold off too.
Magnajez looking to get the jump on Flamesy.
Doesn't matter.
Exchange glances, and Flamesy comes up with man advantage. We said ZywOo was tethered to the bomb, but as he departs it, we get this Boomich boost, looking to go over.
Flawless doesn't see anything peak. He's been very careful about trying to push on his huge flanks.
Apex knows that there's 2 players back there, though. Rob should be queued up for this.
Whoa.
Thing is, they're pressing into Rob's now. That can catch him off. Still, he gets the damage output. Worried about a second. Oh, he's not going to get away. Boomich dives back into the mud. 60 health to his name. 2 players approach from Monster, and Apex takes his head off. Now Flawless forced to activate into Flamesy. They've had this duel before, but they've changed positions. Wallbang fight, and Flamesy comes out on top. It's a majority alive situation for Vitality as they just look to get whatever they can at the tail end of this T side.
Yeah, very impressive round from Flamesy, who is really working on his own there inside of the stairs, and that puts up 5 here for Vitality. After this first kill for Skrrt, Wallbang headshot to lock down 1.
At the very least, a reminder to Vitality, they can pull these off, but Flawless happy to slam himself into the challenge, and it'll be Robs to pick up the opening kill. Boomich quick to replace his dead teammate.
Actually, they won't know about him.
I love this, and Dilladez serves up the perfect distraction. Flamesy still there. Oh, he gets damage down low. 3 HP to survive this. Bet Boom, it's a hard-fought battle on short B, and it's one that puts them 3v3.
I think that might have been a moment where Boomich could have milked it a little bit more, but I mean, once the smoke came up, it would just be so hard to lock down 2 shots without getting cleared. Bomb in a spot where they have to go and grab it again. ZywOo's about to clear out top bathrooms. Sorte very much roaming free.
Last round of the half, so make it happen. Again, getting closer. Zywoo right there, though. Oh, gets the jump on it.
Sorte's getting super nervous and didn't really want to fall back. Maybe in case it was long. Not getting his killing, falling away. Only one CT coming up here.
Yeah, BetBoom remaining concerned about the B commitment, but that's going to leave Vibez alone. Oh, insta headshot out of Zywoo, who's now leaving his mark on the tail end of this first half. His 8th and 9th secured in this round. And Magnajez going to have to throw out the Hail Mary 1v3 attempt. Smoke fades on his arrival, but he's stomping it all the way. And Zywoo, a nice one-tap close, a reminder of what he's capable of. A trio of kills in the final round of the attack. Vitality take the first 4, the last 2, and tie this game, switching over to the defense. enough rounds for Vitality to put up a defense of their own, but a hard-fought rebuttal that definitely had BetBoom with both hands on the reins for a good portion of that first half. This is a map that Vitality, of course, defeated BetBoom on in their previous go in Atlanta, and it'll be one they try to hold on to now with a 6-6 first half secured.
It's a nice bounce back for ZywOo, mostly with the rifle kills. That really strange round with the op. The overall round count's good for Vitality. It's mostly just the way in which they lost certain rounds, but credit to BetBoom. They definitely...
Refrag is the fastest and easiest way to improve at Counter-Strike 2. Train versus real-life scenarios, practice over 1,000...
They know he's in there. We got a bunch of utility usage coming out from BetBoom inside of Connector, as now Flawless is safely tucked back into the short pipe.
Hey, all the players don't believe it on the CT side. They think they've shown enough here that BetBoom should be scared about them. And MagnoJazz, Dilladaz starting to go back up. They have some utility, so it could just be to serve a fake, maybe go for a scout, which, you know, never bad to scout when the other team's forcing. But no, they'll recommit. Actually kind of taking too much time. Rops has already cleared out bathrooms. It's a good move from Vitality. Nice proactive and early.
Everybody's back.
Yeah, they want to play the most committed spots possible now and just really press up with these MP9s. This could get scary for BetBoom.
Execute over top. It's an emphasis on Monster. Mezzi turns over, sprays into them, catches a second. Dilladez opening up the other side as Sorte's bomb pushes through Monster, and now Apex swings out, drops it, and the force buy sticks the landing.
Yeah. Uh-oh, that's uncomfortable. But actually, you know what? It looks like BetBoom are the ones who move a little bit too gluey and take too much time. But in reality, actually, Vitality, with Rops clearing out long, going to top bathrooms, the right risk to take, did it early. It looked like they were over-rotating to A, but no, they had a plan to make sure that they weren't just blindly gambling. They put the MP9s back into really strong spots.
How convincing of a CT side do Vitality have to have for you to believe that they're really back?
I mean, the first half, I guess, they can, you know, forget about it if they are really good for the rest of the series, but...
You're still seeing worrying signs.
Yeah, I mean, you can't ignore what we saw.
I don't know. I never saw ZywOo miss 2 shots.
What shots?
What shots? I didn't see a POV. Never happened.
I need to see that POV.
Well, nope, never happened. The French news media will never show you that clip. Grouping inside of the bathrooms to try to get the bomb close. I mean, we all know this one. It's an attempt as old as time. If the Glock's close, try to swarm and look for a bomb plant, but not with this many bodies on site. Vitality, all too prepared, will pull back into the lead.
And actually, ZywOo had some good rounds in there, too. It just wasn't with the op. That wasn't really, even though those 2 op shots were kind of crazy strange, ZywOo's form so far at the event has been
stellar.
You know, stellar. It's not really about that. It's actually about the calling that is most concerning with Vitality, where it just feels like they just weren't talking at some points. And there has been it's been a consistent feature of coaches coming into the team comms just to remind people to talk. Right. Just to remind, it's about energy and everything like that. And
fire lit, the energy. Nice wall bang. Thomas barely alive after that one. So that MAC-10 tucked into the corner and just hoping a frag grenade doesn't get underhanded over that wall.
Yeah, even a molly would kill him.
Rops, in the meantime, is going to have his hands full in a second. There's a lot of players on the front side of the bathrooms, and now he is stuck here. He is stuck here because the smoke fades.
And ZywOo's got a rifle.
Nice flash over from the B site. He'll hit a dink. That's 2 players low on the side of BetBoom, and yet still 5v4 held onto.
That nade, it does good damage.
Trying to put the rifles in the right set of hands with 2 low health bars, and Flamus and Zorte still problematic here for BetBoom.
It's not the strongest possible round, obviously. There's no op here to support and down a player, but honestly, most of the time you take the 5 players alive, but with the HP left over, I think I'd rather be Vitality.
3 players moving forward. Ooh, Apex's spray leaves a little meat on the bone. ZywOo slipped by though. He's gonna execute too, but he did take a shot to the head. And so Zorte, this is suddenly a fair fight, but ZywOo looking to disengage from it. Long player gets caught out, and now Zorte, 11 HP, V3, and ZywOo, it's got your number. He's got this one secured as Vitality take it forward, 9-7.
Yeah. 16-9. Massive come up here for ZywOo. Definitely taking over. Huge impact overall. I still want that POV.
Vitality seemingly now in high spirits. Enjoying the round wins they're able to secure so far on this defense.
You gonna translate? Wait, that's what I heard. Bang. Ops starting up here. Yep. And it's obviously just versus some pistols. So no big deal, but does need to deathmatch it a little bit.
We're at that point of the game where now ZywOo's score is still looking fantastic.
Yeah.
And if you just saw that clip in isolation, the clip that is maybe out there on the internet of him missing 2 shots by bathrooms, I don't know, still kind of unconfirmed.
Let me see that.
With that floating out there, you'd be shocked for this to be the same game. If he continues to just now rack it up. I mean, on the brink of 20-9, farming the freebies, being accused of being a baiter by Apex in the close of the last round.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Boom, another 3 farmed up.
Nice and easy. That one goes down smoothly. Double digits secured by Vitality, who look to just smooth sail their way to a map 1 win. But here comes the buyback from BetBoom.
We'll see what Boomich wants to try. He's called some very interesting stuff in this stage. I've been really loving the setups.
Okay, fling him around the corner.
Got out there.
Playing in Flamus's corner. These two have had a lot of head-to-head so far this map.
Oh, Flamus.
Flash not deep enough. Nice early positioning out of Flamesy. Denies them the short control they really seem to want. And now Rops, you'd think, what? Okay, a short push start, but what about this angle? Dilladez on the approach. Oh, he wins the head-to-head.
You don't normally see people play it from there, and actually looked like he was going to take out Dilladez, no problem. Very nice headshot. It really opens up an important part of the map. Now, Boomich looking to go fishing here. Alone, no bomb, looking for a kill. MagnaJet's always going to get spotted. That's unlucky timing, but he would have made noise jumping anyways.
Boomich making it move towards B, hits the headshot, finishes Mezzy. He's down to 20.
He kind of just has to delay because they really want to take the site now.
Opera's got a line from heaven. ZywOo strikes Sorte down. Boomich with the quick swap over to the op.
That nade's going to kill him.
Yeah, blown apart by ZywOo, up to 21-9, another multi-kill round. At a 1v3 here for Dilladez, keeps the first shot clean. 30 to the clock, and ZywOo lands it. Another triple.
Yeah, that's a massive bunch of 3Ks back-to-back. Ecos and rifles. But you know what, Connor? He could have had 23 kills. I just want to let that be known.
How would that have happened? When did he have a chance?
There's just this really easy opportunity that he missed. You wouldn't believe it.
Can't remember. It's a nice push by Flamesy. Love a fresh setup by Vitality, even if Rops didn't get that killing connector, because that would have been extra problematic for this round. So good on Boomich to try to fight back into this one, but this game on overpass quickly starting to landslide Vitality's way. And at this point, you can't even get to Fountain for free. You can feel the confidence of Vitality growing as this game has gone on, as the second half has come together.
This round's already lost. I mean, they cleared this smoke. Rops didn't get shot by anybody, and he's already readying the push. Full flank coming out. They're really not prepared for this at all. They've taken a lot of time, by the way, when they are going for an exec. Oh, and Zorte gets the spot, but this might push him out to short. It would make more sense.
Robs gets there. They're trying to get the hell out of here, knowing they've been corralled. They'll get up into connector at least. That'll cause some kind of a scramble up for Vitality. They're just hoping nobody's here because they were that confident everything else was clear. It'll be Zywoo with some CQC opping. Oh, and EC goes down. Bank players got the trade back. Apex dodging a flak.
That's the motto this year, standards over everything. Fuck your feelings, fuck what you want to do, fuck the comfortable things in life. We have so much comfort and ease in our life that we have to actively choose to abstain from it.
Yo, I want to take your socks off and walk around because I low-key got athlete's foot. It's like probably spreading. This shit devious, bro.
Is that because you sleep on the gym floor in your gym?
I think so, bro. I think that I had to make it harder so that I can relate to the people that I'm trying to post to, you know what I'm saying? Just I create daily problems for myself.
That's don't be skinny bitch attitude. I forgot it for a while, but I'm bringing it back.
But if you have both of them set on auto mode and one of them's trying to...
What is up, YouTube? Today is a nice little leg day. I'm still in my stretch of structural balance, but I have this really big thing in my mind that I want to do like a 12-week prep of getting my fucking shit back together. So this 4 weeks of structural balance stuff that's less fun training is always like that first 4 weeks of prep, you're just kind of building momentum. And then the last 8 weeks of prep going to the Olympia are just like you're fucking strong, you're getting lean, you're rolling, and you feel good. So I want to like, without the Olympia, do something to rebuild my discipline. So I'm planning something out of my mind like that. Just so see you there.
Okay, so on this.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you put this on. Probably no shirt. Underneath, you can keep your shorts on, then do probably barefoot. Or like works without socks. Yeah.
Works without socks? This is like the true like monk, you know?
I mean, sure, yeah.
No,
do
wear
that.
no socks.
But then I have these like leader beads for you too. This, but that's not. Yeah. No, that's very
that's
good.
always the beauty of a bathrobe. Is you can
I know.
tighten your waist.
Yeah.
You wear a bathrobe or you just get out the shower?
No, that's
Sometimes at
perfect.
like a nice hotel, I'll be like, yeah, I'll
Okay,
throw
then
it
I'm
on.
gonna adjust
Why
this.
not? Only if it's cashmere, though.
Oh, you'll only wear
I'm
cashmere?
not putting cotton on my body. Despicable.
Organic, only cashmere, like, you know,
Yeah.
this guy.
Grass fed.
We did a workout this morning. He talked all about how you gotta take cold showers in the morning to toughen up and shit. And he only wears cashmere robes.
This guy doesn't know nothing about bodybuilding, actually.
I don't know shit.
Because doesn't like being in the cold shower reduces inflammation.
Only right after a workout, technically. If it's 6 hours post, you're fine.
Okay. I was about to say, this guy doesn't know nothing about bodybuilding.
Yeah. Just because you're bigger than me now doesn't mean you can talk shit.
I'm not even bigger, bro. That's what's sad.
What do you weigh?
220. But at my height, that's pretty good. I feel like.
Yeah, that's
Mikey's like 230.
technically bigger. You're 235?
Mikey's like 230. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's mogging me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm low key like peak strength right now. I think maybe I got a kid somewhere. My like dad strength is coming through.
Maybe.
I don't know. Hit 25, bro, and I'm just like going
What's
crazy.
your back left right now?
Probably like bench, bro. I'm like repping 500 for like 3.
Really?
Yeah. Like no elbows. Shit's
crazy.
crazy.
I've never bench 500 in my life, so.
You were pretty good at deadlifts though. I remember watching it.
Deadlifts, yeah.
I remember that
Torpedo.
shit. You have like the most pristine deadlift form.
We should get a piece of tape. Just
Oh. Dude, if we gave like a broomstick?
no,
Come on.
literally. And just one of these.
All right, we're on set with the Trend Twins here because we're launching their flavor. I'm not supposed to say what it is, so I'm not going to say what it is. I can let them announce it. But one of our beautiful little skits. Chris, you like the flavor?
I love the flavor. It was naturally and artificially flavored by me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Personally.
I was talking about this earlier this morning. Is there anything that you willingly choose to do that is intentionally hard for the sake of it being hard? Or for the sake of avoiding comfort in your life? Or do you just live your life?
I think that I had to make it harder so that I can relate to the people that I'm trying to like post to, you know what I'm saying?
How do you make it harder?
Just I create daily problems for myself. I'm not even intentionally, it happens.
Like what?
Financial debt.
Financial debt.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I do a lot of things because it's like other people want me to do it or it's my job or something. You know?
That's more so just like entertainment.
Yeah. More than I want to do it.
Like,
but then the passion's not there, you know? Certain things.
Like you feel like you have to.
Like I would rather do powerlifting than like bodybuilding, you know? But I feel like I still have to like do a bodybuilding competition, even though I don't really want to.
I don't think people care if you do it or don't.
I don't think so either. Maybe it's just in my brain, because like when I did do it, it was so, you know, there was so much around it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you did the Olympia, like you were, like the videos were easy. You know, everyone was like, "Oh, holy shit, he's shredded."
It's like a story, a journey, something you're working to 100%.
Yeah. I feel like I can't just live my life because there's no like story behind it.
Yeah, there's no end goal. There's no journey.
So I feel like when we started, me and Mikey wanted to like do a competition and get our pro card. So I feel like I had to complete that end. You know,
but you don't want to.
But I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah.
What does your heart tell you to do? Lift heavy weights and do whatever the fuck you want?
Yeah, tattoo every part of my body and then just lift heavy weights and listen to cool music and buy a bunch of cars, cool cars. That's a pretty good life. I mean,
it's not a bad life. But if there's too much good in your life, do you not think in this you start to not enjoy it? Because you're only doing what you want. Doesn't that become boring?
In a sense, yeah. Like once you unlock freedom, like that's all money is. It's just freedom, right? More money creates more problems because you feel like you need to be doing more, using it to gain more. But in a sense, like more money just really does mean more problems.
But what's your solve that if it's unlocks freedom, you have freedom, you get bored of freedom because you always have freedom, so you almost need to intentionally restrict your freedom?
Yes.
Or what's your solve for that? Is that why you're sleeping on the floor of your gym?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah. I feel like I had to make it hard for myself just because I would lose like where I started from. Because it was hard when I started, you know?
Yeah.
I was basically sleeping on the floor in a shitty apartment, you know, in Detroit. Or like fucking...
The fittest people you know, they're not winging their meal routines. They're eating Factor. Every meal is packed with protein and high-performance ingredients and are all fresh, never frozen. Plus, it's macro-balanced. You can trust every bite gets you closer to your goals. We're so picky about each meal that over 175 ingredients never make it onto your plate. Just nutrient-dense foods with real benefits. Because eating well shouldn't mean sacrificing taste or your time.
Shit like that, you know? And I mean, Mikey, in a sense though, Mikey just lives his life. Mikey's not like me. Like, Mikey just don't give a fuck about shit. We would never be the Trent twins if I didn't, like, post the videos, edit them. Like, Mikey just exists, in a sense.
Who's more content with their life?
Mikey is, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're the overthinker?
I for sure am.
And he just lives his life?
Yes. Mike, you can't lie, bro.
What?
What? What? He wasn't even paying attention.
He said he stresses about life, you stress about nothing. You just live your life.
I stress about this guy. That's what I stress about.
Why? Because he's stressed out?
Because I begin stressed out because I'm like, we got to do this, we got to do that. And then I'm like, he's literally says what? And then I'm like, bro, I just told you everything we got to do today. And then I freak out because he's just not listening.
Valid.
Yeah.
Did you guys both sleep on the floor of your gym?
Yeah.
Not the floor, you have mattresses.
Yeah, I have like couch cushions.
That worked really fast.
Couch cushions.
Both of you?
Yeah. Couch cushions, bro.
So
the bed can't even fit.
What is the real reason for this? Because you guys are like reminding yourselves of your humble roots, or like you say?
No, we just made a lot of bad financial decisions.
No, we're nowhere near. Okay, let's be honest. We're nowhere near broke, but at the same time, I justify paying for a warehouse, a place to live, and then my mortgage in Florida. So I'm like, I have this warehouse. It has air conditioning slightly, but then the other day, right, we're in this bitch, just dust particles flying around. We're looking at the ceilings. We're like, this shit is definitely like not safe at all. Like this is taking years off our life. I'm already taking roids. I can't be ingesting chemicals and fucking dirt and like living in this shit. Yes. And then
checked, but I don't know, it's just dirty, just dusty. You know, it's not what I want to be breathing in.
You know, I hated showering before, but now, you know what? I fucking wish I could just like shower, you know? I wish I could just shower.
I'm gonna steal this table from you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab. Is that you?
Yeah. Why don't you sell some cars?
Not an option.
Yeah.
You can live in a car. You can sleep in a car, bro. You know what I mean?
You can sleep and drive a car, but you can't drive a house. You can only sleep in it. Valid.
Exactly.
Valid.
What about you? Are you content with your life? What's going on?
I think part of me is missing a bit of a journey.
Yeah.
The goal, progress, a lack of comfort. I've just been enjoying my life.
Yeah.
And after a while, just enjoying it, it's like kind of like cool, you know?
Yeah.
Like sick. I'm grateful I spend so much time with my family, which like I don't ever want to give up that, but it's just like too like comfortable, you know?
I feel like people wouldn't understand like what we're saying either. Like it's
Governor Kemp says he's not backing Jackson.
Now, I want to be clear, I have not endorsed anybody.
Jackson donated to Stacey Abrams and donated to Liz Cheney after she impeached President Trump.
To Leo, buy one, get one snacks means maximizing his savings potential. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Welcome back to a series so washed, even Pokimane subscribed. In today's video, Hassan is back and has been called out by a chatter for not turning off his donations despite being a multi-millionaire socialist, supposedly for the working class. He starts coping hard, calling out Penguin Zero or Charlie for being way richer, having multiple businesses, and making $10 million per video. Hassan is going viral for being unable to name a single book that he's read. Tragic. He is back crashing out at chatters for comparing him to Asmongold. Insufferable streamer Pokimane is back going viral for calling out her former friend Sykkuno for coming back to streaming after his drama. Somebody is salty. She does her classic mean girl attitude and catty laugh, and people are sick of it. She starts talking about her ops and fantasizing that they're probably dead. Psycho. She then starts crying on stream because she constantly gets herself into drama and gets clipped. Asmongold has responded, calling her out for engaging in luxury capitalism, going to F1, while saying eat the rich. Subscribe or you're forced to watch Pokimane. Apparently she turned on him as well. Enlightened centrism got us Donald Trump twice. It's time to pick a side. Rigard, who literally campaigned against Kamala Harris. He's such a freaking idiot. Never ask Hassan to be consistent. He will fucking explode. Right, so apparently Pokimane is going viral again for saying some stupid shit. I swear to God, this girl cannot stay out of drama. Apparently she broke down crying on stream over something, God knows. She's mad at people like clipping her. Wow, must be hard trying to not say stupid shit for once in your life. So it all started here when she tried to give her take on Sykkuno's return and tried to be like this nasty catty bitch. Yeah, so quick context, Sykkuno was canceled for cheating on his girlfriend and hooking up with a bunch of VTubers while also parading around as this like 34-year-old anime shy boy. So after that, he took a month break from streaming and he sorted out things with his girlfriend who actually chose to stay with him, and he's back to streaming. Apparently Pokimane wanted him to vanish forever and just never come back or something. So Pokimane is mad. Pokimane gives her take on
willing to share my opinion on. I saw Sykkuno's back after a month and a half. I've spent longer getting over situationships. I'm not joking. He said 3 sentences, few week vacation. I'm good. God bless. God bless. Don't worry, guys. No, that's all I'll say. I wanna feel your body right. It's okay if Clippers hate me as long as I feel like I said what I meant and I meant what I said. There will be, and that's what's gonna happen 9 times out of 10. 1 time out of 10, I might be like, oh shit, I didn't say that the way that I meant. But
bro, I just don't know what it is about her, but she legitimately has one of the most annoying attitudes in streaming. Somebody please tell me how the fuck is she 30 years old and still doing this? From the catty laugh to the mean girl attitude, this was your former friend still being completely fake. The fact that you cannot resist taking this dunk on him, despite him privately sorting it out with his girlfriend as well. Like, I don't even like Sykkuno. Obviously, I've made multiple videos in the past where I made it very clear that I think he's a degenerate for cheating. I don't like cheaters, but I don't think he's like a predator or whatever people were saying as well. So I just feel like the situation has been sorted now, right? And if his community wants to stop watching him, it's up to them. So Pokimane stepping in and just doing this fucking nasty ass shit, it's so unnecessary. And the worst part is, she and her friend group is like 10 times worse, dude. Each one of them has their fucking weirdo allegations or something, but she'd rather chill with people like Hassan and talk about how much they love the cheap labor in China.
And specifically on like your taking phone photos, and you just hire them for an hour or two. They take the most fire photos of you, hand them off, some digis, and just dip.
Crazy.
Like they have a person for everything.
Wow.
And we all know that she's a premium Hassan dick rider as well, right? When people send her clips of Hassan blatantly abusing his dog, she just complains and goes, mods, mods, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see the truth, please.
Ah, this is what relaxation looks like, my friends. And this could be you, but...
Come here. Hey.
Mods. Do I have mods?
There's just like no consistency at all. I guess because the internet was going against Sykkuno, she just wanted to like jump on, even though the drama's over now. Like it was up to the girlfriend to keep him accountable. She chose to stay with him. I don't know what the fuck you're doing now. People responded, same girl who said nothing about her girlfriend sleeping with minors, by the way. Okay, I don't know who he's talking about. Maybe it's the Bonnie girl who was like sleeping with a 17-year-old. I definitely think it's rules for thee, not for me. Like some people are held to different standards. But she has an opinion on Sykkuno doing things with adults, okay. WestJet fellow Sloptuber. Anyone who isn't a full narcissist in her financial position would just quit the internet. Dealing with dwindling numbers every stream gotta hurt her massive ego. Yeah, I don't know what, like, who the fuck is watching Pokimane at this point? She hasn't made her own, like, entertaining content ever. Like, it's the only time she ever goes viral is some stupid drama opinion, which is why I guess she keeps doing it. Wasn't this...
Okay, 1 sec. I will get some water and relax. I think, actually, I know what it is. I think I'm just a little emotionally exhausted. It feels like every day it's something new, you know? But I'll live. I always do. Whoever said Sykkuno collab, ban him. Admin, control center, do you see that message? Yeah. I think sometimes when you think about like Clippers and this and that, for a while I was like, wow, I need to be careful with everything that I say. But actually, no, I just want to say whatever's on my chest. Well, not whatever's on my chest.
Solution to this is so simple. Just stop being a for the last 7.
Oh! Unfortunately, we live in such
For Aurora before 9Z can respond. So first time out taken from Aurora. They want to bury 9Z with a last round victory before heading into halftime. Trying to keep 9Z from keeping this as close as possible. A full buy coming in for 9Z, all up in the hands of Mayor and M4s across the board, but gun rounds have been few and far between for this 9Z defense. Lovely sequence from Luchov to save the day. Mayon as well with a little jiggle, spots Wakadia, able to clean him up.
Team Vitality's recovery to what was predicted to be the flawless run to playoffs took a bit of a detour, even within that
Burt
map.
Jones should not be the next governor.
Former Las Vegas Raider Henry Ruggs denied parole. He will continue to serve his 3 to 10-year sentence.
Decisions and consequences. It genuinely was an accident, but that's an accident that could have 100% been avoided.
If he never gets to play football again, I don't feel bad for him losing that opportunity, and I can't feel bad for him losing that opportunity.
For the last year, everything about the Henry Ruggs story was pointing in one direction. The man was training in prison. Josh Jacobs was telling anybody who'd listen that teams were interested.
It brings me spirits because he always positive about everything. He's training, they let him train and things like that. So I'm like, you come out, man, I don't know if you will get a chance. I've been talking to some people for him. A couple of teams is willing to give him a chance. I'm like, when you get that chance, man, you better not ever, don't look back.
Ruggs himself stood up at a public event and said that he'd love to play again.
Henry, would you like to play football again?
You know, when you have everything at your leisure and it's taken away from you, now you appreciate it. So to answer that question, yes, I would love to.
The man said that he wanted to come back to the Las Vegas Raiders, the team that drafted him. The parole date was circled on the calendar, August 5th, 2026, less than 2 months from now. The comeback wasn't a rumor anymore. It was a countdown. And on Thursday, the entire thing fell apart. The Nevada Board of Parole Commissioners denied Henry Ruggs' parole. He's not getting out in August. He's not playing football in 2026, and his next shot at the board doesn't come until the spring of 2027. But here's what makes the story bigger than just a denied parole hearing. The board's own guidelines say that Henry Ruggs should have been released. The recommendation on paper was to parole him at his first hearing. This was his first hearing, and they still said no, which is why this story is so crazy. So you might be wondering why this is going on. Well, there's a detail buried in this hearing that almost nobody's discussing. A rule violation from last October that the board only described with a few words. And when you connect it to something that quietly happened to Ruggs in December, the picture gets a little clearer, but it still doesn't feel right. Anytime we make an update on Henry Ruggs, YouTube demonetizes the video because it's a little graphic. So if you could take a minute to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications so we could keep making content on this, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's get to today's video. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Let me give you a quick recap in the event that there's a small minority of you that doesn't know who Henry Ruggs is. Henry Ruggs was the 12th overall pick in the 2020 NFL draft. He was the first receiver off the board, ahead of Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb. The reason for this was because Henry Ruggs had the fastest 40 time of his draft class. He didn't really have the best first year, but he was starting to break out during his second year. And unfortunately, he threw all of that away on November 2nd, 2021. By driving his Corvette 156 miles per hour down a Las Vegas street while he was drunk with a blood alcohol level of 0.16. That's twice the legal limit, and he slammed into the back of a Toyota RAV4. A 23-year-old Tina Tinter and her dog Max lost their life when her car caught on fire. The Raiders cut him on the same day. He pled guilty to felony DUI causing death and misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter, and in August of 2023 he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years years in prison. So I made a full video covering everything. It's way more layered than the brief summary I gave you. I'll leave it in the end screen if you guys want to do more of a deep dive and go down this rabbit hole. We cover the night of the crash, who Tina Tintor was, and every player the league has let come back after ending someone else's life behind the wheel. I'll leave it in the end screen for you guys to check it out, but let's talk about what actually happened in the hearing room. Back on May 11th, Ruggs appeared in front of Nevada's Board of Parole Commissioners by video conference from prison. He needed 4 votes to walk in August, but here's a very tricky detail that most people didn't catch on to. There are 7 commissioners on that board. You know how many actually attended Ruggs' hearing? 2, Sandy Schmidt and Lamicia Bailey. The other 5 reviewed the information on their own. So this is the most important moment of this man's life. He's been spending years preparing for this day, and 5 of the commissioners weren't even present for it. They only read about it. So think about that when we get to the vote. Because to be fair to Henry Ruggs, his case did look strong. He told the board, "Not a minute goes by where I don't think of the pain I caused her family, her friends, and the Las Vegas community. I'm a religious person and pray for her family daily." And he said something else at that hearing that stuck with me personally. "I know I can never alleviate the pain I have caused." He laid out everything he'd done inside. He spoke to young people about the dangers of drinking and driving. He addressed inmates at the Southern Desert Correctional Center. He led a cardio class for fellow inmates and finished his Alabama degree, a bachelor's in commerce and business administration with a 4.0. His father, Henry Ruggs Jr., spoke as well, saying, "Every single day, my son is also deeply affected by this tragedy. He has shown genuine remorse and sorrow for what happened, and he understands that a life was lost, something that can never be undone." And then his attorney, David Chesnoff, did something that he claims that he's never done. Now, in order to understand the significance of this, you have to understand who Chesnoff is. This is one of the most famous defense attorneys in America. The man's client list is a who's who of Vegas. Celebrities, athletes, billionaires. He's been doing this for 4.5 decades. And he stood in front of those commissioners and said, "In my 45 years, I've never chosen to speak before at a parole hearing. I have heartfelt feelings that releasing Henry will be the right thing to do and a service to a lot of people moving forward." That's kind of crazy. 45 years doing this, and he's never spoke at a parole hearing until this one. That's either the most powerful character witness move that you can make, or it's the kind of celebrity firepower that makes the board dig in. Either way, Chesnoff seemed to know that it could cut both ways, because he also asked the board to do something interesting. He asked them to ignore who his client is, saying that sometimes being high profile makes him more of a burden. The translation for that is, don't make an example out of Henry Ruggs just because the cameras are watching. You might be wondering where the victim's family was in all this. Well, Tina Tintor's family was there, but they didn't speak publicly. They met with the commissioners privately and declined to comment to reporters. We don't know what they told the board. We'll probably never know, and honestly, that's their right. They've suffered enough as it is. If you want to understand the weight they carry into a room like that, go back to what a family friend said at Ruggs' sentencing in 2023. "There are very few words to explain the feelings of losing a child. It is a pain we feel every day when moments pass where we anticipate her presence, just to be reminded that she will never be there." That's what the commissioners heard privately, in whatever form the family chose to share it. One thing we did learn from the reporting around this hearing is the family's wrongful death lawsuit against Ruggs appears to have been settled for an undisclosed amount. But even Commissioner Schmidt acknowledged during the hearing that everything Ruggs has done inside would count in his favor. And then she said the line that made Thursday's decision so stunning: "The guideline recommendation is to parole you at your first or second hearing, and this being your first." So the board's own guidelines recommended releasing him. The legendary attorney spoke for the first time in 45 years. The father pleaded the degree, the outreach, the cardio class, being a model citizen while you were inside. The man gave up his prime in the NFL and millions of dollars. All of it is on the record, but they denied him anyway. So what happened? Well, this part's probably the craziest part.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, Nina just built an app.
To understand why Thursday happened, you need to see the road that Henry Ruggs traveled through in the Nevada prison system. Because for 2 years, the road only went in one direction. He started his sentence in August of 2023 at High Desert State Prison, the largest prison in the state, about 45 minutes northwest of Las Vegas. Within a month, on September of 2023, the system moved him down to Stewart Conservation Camp, a minimum security facility in Carson City. From there, he became a community trustee, and by 2024, he was working at the the Nevada governor's mansion. Then he moved into a transitional housing facility in Las Vegas, which is basically the last stop before the door. He was getting special releases to speak at public events. The man was on a glide path. Every single move for 2 years took him closer to freedom. And then that road reversed. During the May hearing, Commissioner Schmidt brought up something from Henry Ruggs' file. Last October, he broke a prison rule. The board described it with a few words: non-compliance with travel arrangements. That's it. No further details. And Ruggs' response to the board was telling. He said trying to make himself comfortable was not the best decision. 2 months after that violation, in December of 2025, the Nevada Department of Corrections transferred him out of that minimum security transitional housing facility and into a medium security prison in northern Nevada for what they called undisclosed reasons, and that's where he sits today, the Northern Nevada Correctional Center in Carson City. And that's where he dialed in for the biggest hearing of his life, not from a halfway house in Vegas with a job in the future, from a medium security prison video room. Undisclosed reasons, 2 months after a rule violation involving travel arrangements. You don't need to be a detective to see how these two things might be connected. A guy in transitional housing with work privileges and travel privileges does something outside the lines with those privileges in October, and by December he's been bumped up a security level for the first time in his entire sentence. 2 years of going down the ladder and then one move back up. That's not how the system treats model inmates while they're on their way out the door. And look, we don't know exactly what happened. Non-compliance with travel arrangements could be something relatively minor. Ruggs' own explanation was that he was just trying to make himself comfortable. And this doesn't sound like it's anything dangerous. But parole boards don't just weigh the crime, they weigh whether you follow the rules when nobody's watching. And 4 months before the most important hearing of his life, Henry Ruggs gave the board a reason to wonder. When the guideline says release and the board says no, something tipped the scale. This might be it. Now, the private testimony from Tina Tinter's family might be it too. It might be both. And remember, 5 of the 7 commissioners never sat in that hearing. They saw a file, and the file said that he violated a rule in October, demoted to medium security in December, and on paper, that's not a man who's ready. On paper, that's a man that's going in the wrong direction. Now let's talk about what Thursday actually did to his comeback, because the math here is just so brutal. Ruggs' next chance in front of a parole board comes 3 months before his mandatory parole release date of August 24th, 2027. And that mandatory date is the key. Under his sentence, he walks by late August 2027 no matter what. So the best case scenario now is he gets out in the summer of 2027 right as training camps open. The realistic case is he's a free man in late August 2027 when rosters are already cut to 53. Then comes the league. Remember, getting out of prison doesn't put him on a football field. Albert Breer checked with the league office last year and was told Ruggs' situation would be reviewed ahead of any reinstatement. That review hasn't started because there's been nothing to review. Goodell suspended Dante Stallworth a full season after a DUI manslaughter plea, and Stallworth served 24 days. Ruggs will have served 4 years. Does Goodell stack a suspension on top of that? Nobody knows, but the review alone could eat months. So realistically, you're looking at the 2028 season as the first season Henry Ruggs could line up for an NFL team. He turns 29 in January of 2028. At that point, he'll have been out of football for 7 years. 7. His entire NFL career to date was 20 games. The thing that made him a first-round pick was a 4.27 40, and speed is the first thing that leaves. Now, if you want to know what long layoffs do to wide receivers, the league has actually ran this experiment for us. Josh Gordon is the closest thing to this comparison. Gordon missed basically 3 full seasons in the heart of his prime due to suspensions. When he finally got back on the field full-time with the Patriots at 27, he had moments, real moments, but he was never again the guy who led the NFL in receiving yards. And Gordon spent his time away training. He wasn't incarcerated. The flip side is Michael Vick, the patron saint of NFL comebacks. Vick sat in federal prison for 18 months, came back, and at 30 years old had a Pro Bowl season in Philadelphia. So it's not impossible, but Vick was a quarterback, a position where you can lose a step and survive on your brain and your arm. Henry Ruggs has exactly one elite trait, and it's the one trait that doesn't survive 7 years on a prison weight floor. If the 4.27 becomes a 4.45, he's just a 29-year-old with 50 career receptions. But what about the team interest? Josh Jacobs said last year that a couple of teams were willing to give Henry Ruggs a chance. That was when the plan was a 27-year-old Ruggs walking into a 2026 training camp. A 29-year-old Ruggs Ruggs in 2028 is a completely different pitch. Front offices change, rosters change, sympathy fades. Every year that passes, the football case for signing him gets weaker, and the PR case was already the hardest sell in the league. His attorneys aren't giving up. Chestnut put out a statement Thursday saying that they were disappointed, pointing to the overwhelming evidence of Ruggs accepting responsibility and his DUI prevention outreach, and adding that Mr. Ruggs and our office continue to feel the grief and loss suffered by Miss Tinter's family. But statements don't move parole dates. The calendar is the calendar now.
Rick Jackson caught lying again. Governor Kemp says he's not backing Jackson. What type of person lies like that? The type of person who gets caught hiring illegals over Americans.
But from behind, Apex going to hear this.
Instead, it's a pretty quick double back out of Rops. Because the ramp room goes, just need to have some kind of defense downstairs. And Bet Boom in a 3v5. I mean, we're just trying to reach for silver linings, but it's 2 players downstairs already here for Vitality.
Yeah. They got enough players to spare. They don't even really have to read the map.
Just another confident opening gambit for Vitality to throw Apex to it. And Apex individually steps into this round. He's been trying to support Rops over towards ramp.
Apex makes a fast move up the ladder. This will be confusing for Bet Boom. We're like, all right, well, let's just go downstairs. But there's already 2 guys waiting. Okay.
Interesting.
Oh, that's kind of nice. I mean, with the lower attack that was taking place. Oh, great shots out of Robs. My goodness.
Robs keeps it as clean as he needs to. Dilladez has been found out. That's going to activate the health flank. Zywoo going to take that over as Robs. What a nuisance.
He's a problem, man.
Just slowly shaving off the health here of all 3 players trying to just even approach this bomb site. Dilladez's days are numbered. And so down he goes. 7-2 secured by Vitality. It's just that forward press outer that puts them into a desperate 3v5 attempt. They're lucky to even get close to a bomb site. But again, it is a round that doesn't even feature a plant.
Yeah, they missed this timing as well. I mean, they're getting shot in the back. It's not just as if they're getting totally out-dueled. They're getting out-red and rotated as well. Just a half buy on round 10. Feels bad for Bet Boom.
They'll limp into this one, scouting pistols yet again, opening kill to Vitality. A CT side that's feeling damn near flawless. Another shutdown as the stringiness of Bet Boom's gonna get punished. These are untradeable attempts for the first 2 deaths. Sorte, high hopes of being the hero, will slam a shot between Zywoo's eyes. And we'll see whether Vitality can win without their superstar.
Oh man, they go by the vents.
Hello.
And Flamesy, they might run by. Yeah, they don't even clear this.
It's a gun now for Boomich. It's the bomb on Dilladez, and he's also now earned himself a rifle.
Time to make hay while the sun shines. You're in a 2-on-2. Not the best buy, but it's the CTs who don't have control of lower. They're going to hear both footsteps. It's a free walkout here in vent. Nade to scare them. They'll still continue with the plant.
Threatening the double doors, blows it off the hinges. Dilladez, back-to-back clutch attempts, and nothing found. That was a 3v5 attempt out of Bet Boom. Maybe Vitality getting a little too comfortable. Maybe Bet Boom do just slide by down through those vent control. And catching Flamesy at least opens the door for the plant. But it's 2 survivors, it's an 8-2 lead. It's everything pointing in the direction of double digits within this first half alone.
That's it, looking like 2 different tiers right now in what you would normally expect from Vitality. Rough half to kick off, and it would be a little weirder if it was like the second half of Overpass was bad or the first half of this map was bad, but no, it was a slow start, and it's been looking good ever since.
It was a slow start that still ended up a 6-6 half.
Yeah, true. Coming in for Mini again, and there'll be some cover for Zywoo, but that cover goes down.
Trades back. Flamus has just unfortunately been deleted this half. 2 and 10. Flamesy pressing through and caught. So another potential chance here for Bet Boom.
See if they don't go for some kind of heaven wrap, and if they walk downstairs, will be the CTs at quite a disadvantage. It'll take some time for Rops to be able to get out of this position. Only reason I say that.
Couple more round wins, a pistol, and a chance for BetBoom maybe to make this close in the second.
This one's very strange. I mean, I'm sure there's something here where the upper players, they really want to help out before a plant is attempted. They're not assuming no CTs have moved. And going back up the ladder could definitely be a play. No one on the site floor right now. Nope, just a bit of a fake. They'll get this bomb planted. There wasn't actually anyone here. Well, that's a nice move out of BetBoom. They actually still think it's upper.
We saw just how close they could get it last round. Now a third. If only they had been able to squeeze out the finish a round ago. There was still a commendable amount of T rounds to be had.
Yeah, if they're going to win now, they need to like dive this plant.
Yeah,
so
I mean, Vitality have all the money in the world for next round. They've got everything they need, so they're just going to go for a late retake.
No.
Hail Mary rate. No, just going to
literally no time to get to it. At least they get their kills.
Nothing to lose for trying, but they'll just rack up a cost, leave Zorte the sole survivor. Everything in the world Vitality could afford in the follow-up.
To be honest, very nice round out of BetBoom.
Yes,
Complicated position. They organized it perfectly, and it was a very believable fake.
And coming back off of the previous round with the half buy that still put them in a post plant. First time they put that bomb down since the second round of the half, essentially. There's a slight uptick in improvement here for BetBoom at the very tail end. It's just we've been singing Vitality's praise from the second half of Overpass to the start of this one, and they felt so untouchable for so long.
Yeah, we got a bit of quality, but no quantity.
A real chance for a fourth T-side round win. Zywoo prevented from going into the squeaky challenge. Frag grenade on Boomich. Poor guy down to 60 health already. And they'll open that up. Ooh, almost giving him something to shoot at.
Boomich takes a bullet of damage.
It's not going to keep him from trying to press through main, though. Magnachez able to get through. Boomich over towards the garage. Apex trades back, but they have lost track of Boomich in the middle of all this.
Oh, Apex, they're not punishing him. He's going to be able to get into mini again.
That's fine. Flamis on the other side clips him. Zywoo didn't waste a second, though, dropping down into the back of sight, and Robs gets the audible by Dilladez. So it's a 3v3 secured.
Oh, the bomb is out here right in front of Robs, but Zywoo on the back of the site's roaming around.
Yeah, they give him space. Boomich a bit too late from the heaven wrap. Will get a shot onto Zywoo for free.
Just kind of has to take it, but getting this bomb back's a whole different can of worms.
They hear that gun swap by Zorte from inside of the fence. Flamesy's just waiting for a moment to come up, and that is a hell of a headshot from Zorte. It's all about this sudden pop. They are so low that even a wild spray to the body would drop either of these players.
Do they want to take a peek?
Oh, it's doable.
Oh, they're both walking by.
He's just going to start firing.
Okay.
Good headshot by Boomich. A much-needed headshot to end this. A curious sequence of rounds right here at the tail end to keep us intrigued. BetBoom do still have a chance. What certainly felt like a stomp at the beginning of that CT side ends up being a door left ajar. BetBoom do double their rounds with the final 2 rounds of that half. Now a good pistol, a convincing start, and not losing to a force buy maybe. And we could talk about BetBoom trying to push Vitality to their limits, but it has now been back-to-back halves from the Overpass and Nuke CT sides that leave you convinced the returning major champions are headed to the Lanxess.
That's the form we need to see, absolutely, to suddenly reinvigorate hope for the playoffs for Vitality in a massive revenge match here versus BetBoom, who first had us scared about Vitality in general. Different circumstances, of course.
Dual Beretta's on top of the hut as Boomich holds the nade. Now Lidez forced off his position. Oh, it's going to be Robs to open up down fence. That's the bomb, of course, going to follow suit. Once you've got that kill, it's B-site compromised. But Magnajez collects a kill back as Apex decides to go lurk mode.
Yeah, they don't have the vent rotation, at least not for free.
Retake needed.
Oh,
Robs collects another one. Apex then strikes Boomich down, and the Dual Berettas hit the dirt over towards Skrrt. Magnajez doesn't even want to take a look at this. It felt like BetBoom had just secured enough rounds on the attack to give themselves high hopes off a pistol victory. Without this pistol, there's a big question mark as to whether this second map ever gets close.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe it. Giving Rops a USP right now, it's like giving him an op, I swear.
Vitality enter this progression game looking laser focused. Robs fueling the stomp here on map 2. 12th and 13th kill secured in that pistol. As clean as you really could have asked, dropping down into the vent, getting that instant execution. Bomb follows suit, and Vitality knew from that point on it's blood in the water. It's weird to see Zorte kind of 2 minds there for a second. He's watching the bottom ladder, holding for a second. He takes a step into kind of the single door side, and then as he goes back, you've already got Robs downstairs with accuracy. So a force buy comes through from BetBoom. They've been on the receiving end of these kinds of rounds twice already in the series. Time to do it yourselves. Certainly won't help that it starts with a kill from Apex, but Zorte returns the favor with a scout headshot. Not stopping players on the cross, though.
And we got the CZ75 in lower from Boomich.
Versus 3. Flamesy at the helm, dies first. Spray goes forward, ZywOo trades out. Rops hears this rotation lower already. If Vitality hit the pause button, it's gonna buy time for Rops to put this AK behind them. But Rops is taking his sweet time for a second. Flamis is gonna find the dink with the 5-7, but Mezzy kills Zorte for free. And that really puts the pressure on Dilladez now.
Yeah, just a huge amount of follow through. Perfect. They just know exactly how the round's going to end. That's the way that they're playing. Dilladez is going to walk up into this. We've seen a lot of frustration from him. I think some close moments. Just understanding like how much individual level they're going up against. It feels hopeless. He'll walk away from this with his head down. That'll give Vitality 10. ZywOo 20 and 5. Not a lot of fluff in there either. Kicked off with those 2 scout headshots outside and never looked back. Messi has died 3 times this game. It's just 9 and 3. Well into the night. Back to having fun.
Half buyout of BetBoom to try to stave off Vitality's 11th